Good afternoon, welcome. This is The Talk on the Block 105. Coming back after this.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe, turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank. Drivers Auto Supplies has just received a shipment of quality used tires. This shipment includes a wide range of size of 15 tires. Yes, you heard me. We have received the popular size of 15 tires for your cars, pickup trucks, passenger buses, and SUVs. We have also received many size 13s and 14s. Of course, we always have available size 16s to 18. Bus drivers, vehicle rental companies, taxi drivers, and private vehicle owners, we have the tires that you have been asking for. So come visit us today or call us at telephone number 277-0505. That is 277-0505. Drivers Auto Supplies in Portersville, where Hayden's Wholesale used to be. Drivers Auto Supplies. Quality tires at good prices. Come get your quality tires today.
The National Cooperative Credit Union Limited is offering cash secured loans at a very special 5.99% interest rate. Members can use savings and deposits to quickly obtain loans for any purpose. Just walk into any of NCCU's 6 branches today and apply. Set your own repayment terms and get your same day loan. Promotion ends May 31, 2017. Terms and conditions apply.
Come to Appliance Plus, now located at 8th and 9th Street, Canfield, downstairs the formerly known Wesleyan Apartheid, and on the Jimmet Highway. Great items in store, all at low prices. Hand-carved wood bedside tables, chest of wooden drawers, microwaves, office refrigerators, ottomans, meat freezers, ice cream freezers with sliding glass top, and other household items, all at low prices. Appliance Plus, now located at 8th and 9th Street, Canfield, downstairs the formerly known Wesleyan Apartheid, and on the Jimmet Highway. Visit us today.
The National Cooperative Credit Union Limited is offering cash secured loans at a very special 5.99% interest rate. Members can use savings and deposits to quickly obtain loans for any purpose. Just walk into any of NCCU's 6 branches today and apply. Set your own repayment terms and get your same day loan. Promotion ends May 31, 2017. Terms and conditions apply.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe, turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank.
This is Q95. This is The Talk on the Block. biggest afternoon show on radio. Thanks to guys like Carlisle John Baptist, top cut reporter on the island, always providing us with the latest detail. John Baptist, I don't know if you realize, but we've been doing this for 10 years. This year is the 10th anniversary of my engagement with Q95 with the likes like you on radio. Good afternoon to you, Kalaya.
Hi, Matt. Good afternoon to you. 10 years already?
10 years already.
Wow. How time flies. I didn't.
It means that you're 10 years older, John Baptist.
Oh, yes. Much more. 10 years older.
And wiser as well, huh?
Yes, of course. 10 years older and wiser.
Kalaya John Baptist, as I said, you have done a great job, but what is coming out of the court today? Because a lot of people were anticipating the sentencing of Mr. Kirk Pemberton. Anything from the court today?
Well, of course, I can confirm to you that Edison Kirk Pemberton was sentenced to 4 years, 7 months today in prison, and that will take effect, of course, from the time he was placed on remand. He was arrested and placed on remand. The judge looked at all the circumstances, looked at the aggravating circumstances, etc., and she concluded that the starting point for this offense would be 7 years. So she started at 7 years, and of course, the 1/3 discount that is due to him for pleading guilty at the earliest opportune time, that was given to him. And when she looked at all the circumstances, she says in the circumstances, 4 years, 7 months is an appropriate sentence, and time on remand will be deducted from that. So it means that he would have already served a year and about 4 to 5 months already.
So it means, Kalal, maybe in the next year and a half, 2 years, he may be out of jail?
Well, you're talking about another 2 years, at least another 2 years. Definitely another 2 years. Not just a year and a half, but at least another 2 years. He would have to be there for another 2 years, and after that, he's expected to be out. Of course, pending good behavior, etc.
What was his reaction in the box when the sentence was read out?
He looked very quiet, and of course, you know, he has stated that he is remorseful all along. He wanted to apologize to the victim, but the victim said she did not want an apology, and so he was not allowed to give an apology to the victim. Among what the judge stated is that the looking at everything. Also, I must note that he was ordered to get counseling and anger management session. So he has to do counseling and anger management session whilst at the state prison. So that must also be noted. Remember, the incident took place on the 23rd of October 2015, and the judge said that he exhibited a breach of trust, and the virtual complainant continues to experience trauma, and the court needs to send a clear message to others. And one of the things the judge also stated that he was unwilling to accept full responsibility for his actions and conduct, and he's blaming the supernatural force. Blaming the supernatural force, Matt, you know what that is?
Yes.
So he has blamed evil for what would have transpired. And the judge said that that is very aggravating because he's failing to,
to take responsibility.
Take responsibility for his actions. And
So in other words, the devil forced me to do this.
That is correct. And she also took into consideration, although the social inquiry report, he got some good reviews, but one of the things that he did tell the social inquiry officer is that he had a matter dealing with the young lady in question where he mashed up her property, and of course he was charged $10,000 in court. So he does have an anger management situation. That is why counseling and anger management was ordered for him also.
Did the judge ask, the young lady for comments before the sentencing, or that happened before?
Yeah, repeat that again.
I'm saying, did the judge ask the lady to speak, or did that happen before?
That happened before a few weeks ago. Remember, she came in court and she was asked how she was feeling. She was asked if she wanted compensation. She said she did not want compensation, and she also said that she's still traumatized at the entire situation. Every time she sees him, and remember, she's working in the same place, and every time she sees somebody for cutlass, she still feels traumatized at the entire situation, and she does not have full access or mobility, that is, of her hands. The doctor's report stated that she only has 60% of mobility in both her hands. So, and she's not going to get full mobility of both her hands at all.
That would be something else. Was she in court when the sentence was read out?
Yes, she was in court. Her dad was in court. Her sister, her niece, one of her nieces, and family members were in court with her. Also, a few siblings of Mr. Pemberton was also in court. His sister was in court. One of his brothers, at least two of his brothers, I saw them in court also. They were in court when the sentence was handed down.
Very, very, very interesting. Maybe we should try our very best to get to talk to her, to get her feeling on that sentencing. Because some people might say, well, it was not hard enough. I'm already in the community. I was feeling the vibes on the ground, and there was some mixed reaction.
But you must also take into consideration that the maximum sentence is 10 years in prison.
Mm-hmm.
The judge also stated that she's treating that as a domestic matter.
Okay.
Because they were in a relationship, and they were home, and etc. So she's treating that matter as a domestic matter, domestic dispute that happened. So that must be taken into consideration. The maximum sentence, remember, is 10 years in jail, and the judge looked at the circumstances and gave it the starting point of 7 years, in prison. So that was the starting point. That is what she gave.
Well, Carlisle, it's a story we have to continue to follow, and I'm hoping lessons learned for this young man, Mr. Pemberton.
Of course, Matt, and I also want to tell you that another individual, Harold Tyson, was sentenced to, I think, 5 years in jail today for buggery, an incident which took place a few years ago. He was found guilty by a 9-member jury, unanimously found guilty by a 9-member jury. And he was sentenced, the maximum sentence for buggery is 10 years in jail. And he was given 5 years by the High Court judge today. Of course, her starting point was 6 years, and she gave him a discount of 1 year in jail. And so 5 years in jail and time spent on remand will also be deducted. Harold Tyson for buggery.
Something else coming up this afternoon?
Very interesting matter coming up this afternoon. The police officers who have been arrested, charged, and facing a murder conviction, a murder trial, that is, in the Portsmouth matter, the Joshua Etienne matter. Remember, they were denied bail. They will be before the court this afternoon, sometime this afternoon, where the lawyer will be attempting to once again get bail for them. That matter is slated for this afternoon at the High Court in Roseau. The police officers, that is Gemma Louis, that is, and we've got Devin Challenger, and we've got the other police officer, I don't remember.
But Carlisle, you've covered this similar matters for years. Any chance that these police officers will get bail this afternoon?
Well, what I can say, though, Mark, is that the prosecution is objecting to bail. And the prosecution basically saying that their circumstances has not changed. And one of the information that I have is that the investigating police officer has been summoned to court to be cross-examined by the lawyers for the police officers in question. And of course, the judge will have to give a ruling after that. I don't know where it will go. I don't know what will happen, but it's going to be a very, very interesting matter as it relates to this matter this afternoon, where the 3 police officers who have been accused of murdering Joshua Etienne are once again attempting to get bail. Remember, bail was denied by Justice Harold Thomas, and so they are now appearing before another High Court judge attempting to get bail this afternoon.
But Calalton Baptist, what time do you expect the police officers in court? A little after 2 or 3 o'clock?
Somewhere around that. Somewhere maybe 2:15 or thereabouts.
Calalton Baptist, of course, as soon as you can get information, we would appreciate that, of course, you bring it to us live there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. This is Q95. This is the big station with the big star. Kurt Pemberton, you were told earlier, sentenced to 4 years and 7 months. And of course, he has already spent some 18 months, I think. So that would be deducted. We suspect he may be out in the next 24 months, 2 years. We're gonna take a break and we'll come back after this.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face. At least when it comes to your waning finances, you've got the edge. Help is coming your way. You've got big edge for those days when you're running low. Big edge is the place to go. Big edge, the cash can be in your hand. Big edge, with the easiest payment plan. Big edge, cash in a flash.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe, turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank. Come to Appliance Plus. Now located at 8th and 9th Street, Canefilch, downstairs the formerly known Wesleyan Apartheid, and on the Jimmet Highway. Great items in store, all at low prices. Hand-carved wood bedside tables, chest of wooden drawers, microwaves, office refrigerators, ottomans, meat freezers, ice cream freezers with sliding glass top and other household items, all at low prices. Appliance Plus, now located at 8th and 9th Street, Canefilch, downstairs the formerly known Wesleyan Apartheid, and on the Jimmet Highway. Visit us today.
Bonjour.
Experience Digicel's extraordinary French West Indies and international bundle. Simply dial *134*60# to activate the plan. Catch up with your regional and international friends and family by paying only $20 for 100 minutes to call USA, Canada, UK fixed line, and the French West Indies to include Martinique, Guadeloupe, and Guyana.
Bonjour.
Digicel, providing you with the best prepaid value. Experience the best value only with Digicel. Digicel terms and conditions apply.
Matt, the Dominicans for Defense of Democracy Group congratulates you on your 10th years of media service with Q95. Well, listen to your interviews, especially those you had recently with Mr. Kenneth Rijok and Gregory Copley, and saw how prepared in your articulation of questions and the skillful rapport with them, and said, dang, that man meets international standards. You're a professional and we love you for that. We thank you and may God bless you. That's Barons for Matt and Q95, Maslin Edwards. Thank you. We're trying to find out some updates on these allegations floated around about apartments allegedly owned by the Skerritts. I'll talk to Trevor Johnson. I'll see if we can get an update. The last we heard was from Trevor Johnson was that he has more information, but he was waiting for the senior counsel to speak to the issue. We've not heard from the senior counsel on that just yet. When we come back, we'll talk to Trevor, see if there's an update.
Auto Supplies has just received a shipment of quality used tires. This shipment includes a wide range of size of 15 tires. Yes, you heard me. We have received the popular size of 15 tires for your cars, pickup trucks, passenger buses, and SUVs. We have also received many size 13s and 14s. Of course, we always have available size 16s to 18. Bus drivers, vehicle rental companies, taxi drivers, and private vehicle owners, we have the tires that you have been asking for. So come visit us today or call us at telephone number 277-0505. That is 277-0505. Drivers Auto Supplies in Portersville, where Hayden's Wholesale used to be. Drivers Auto Supplies, quality tires at good prices. Come get your quality tires today.
Just trying to do some follow-ups at this time. A lot of talk. Allegations of what has been described as the possible ownership of an apartment somewhere in New York City. Investigations continue. Trevor Johnson, I know you've been following this one very closely.
Yes, how are you doing?
How are you doing this afternoon?
I good. Just enjoying the sunshine of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, how is Trinidad and Tobago? I mean, I know the crime rate there is phenomenon.
Crazy crime rate, but I keep myself Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, well, I keep to myself in Trinidad, so I don't get into any problems up here. Stay away from the crime, stay away from the crazy places, and I'm safe. I believe I'm safe.
Yeah, of course, but stay safe. What are the numbers are we talking about in terms of the murders?
Murders over 100 now. I think it's about 107 now for the year.
Are we talking about March 17th?
Yeah.
117.
A few young women have been murdered too. Quite a few for the year.
Young women?
Yeah. Young women. In fact, just this week, a young policewoman was murdered, 22 years old.
What are the reasons that are coming out? for that?
Well, that one, it looked like it's a domestic.
A domestic.
Homicide, yeah.
Well, it appears that we're having a lot of domestic issues.
Yeah, man. Man cannot.
Man cannot take it.
They can't take. But my partner Tony seems like he can. He can handle that. Tony. Tony's the only man I who can handle it. But that's how it is.
I don't know why you dropped the name Tony there, but you know better than I do. But tell me, what's the latest? Because a lot of allegations, of course, I know you were following this big story there. Allegations of the ownership of apartments in New York. What can you tell us?
Well, you know, I have all the information I said to you, I think last week or the week before. My investigator did his investigation. He gave me all the information. What's her name? The Prime Minister's wife, Melissa Popon, has an address in New York. At that address where the property has been purchased. I said that to you about a week ago, a week and a half ago, and I challenged Tony to respond. He hasn't responded. He's going after Rick about other things, but not the apartment. But they know what I have. I bet they know what I have already. So again, I'm challenging Tony to respond. Does the Prime Minister's wife own a property in Manhattan?
You're asking him that question?
Yes. Does she have an address in Manhattan? Not Manhattan, sorry, in Long Island, New York, Queens. All right?
And you want Tony Asafan to answer that question?
Yes, because I've been here. People have been sending me clips of he calling me all sort of names, and he's not responding to that. That's the only question I wanted to respond to.
Well, I've been hearing that Mr. Asafan has been calling me names as well. But I won't get. And I said to somebody yesterday, I won't get personal with Tony, because if I had to get personal with Tony Asafan, I would go to Porsche to complain. I don't think he would like that.
Yeah, he loves to go personal. That's all I'm asking him to do.
But I'm not going to go down to the gutter.
Yeah, let's deal with the issues.
Yeah, let's deal with the issues.
If we could go personal in the rum shop. We could talk about he being alleged. Well, there are allegations that he packed. You know this junction on the Valley Road and the Santa Roma bypass.
Right.
Yeah, there are allegations that he packs there sometimes. Checking to see if some people are going up to the valley. Maybe
he stays there to reflect.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll deal with that in the rum shop.
Yeah, but I don't get personal with Tony Asafan.
For now, we're going to be dealing with the apartment in Long Island.
And something else surfaced, Mr. Johnson, this morning. The contract signed by the government with a public relations firm.
Yes. That's Mercury LLC.
Mm-hmm.
I forwarded you the contract. Some people were saying that's fake news. Clarence Christian said that's fake news last evening. But I have a copy of the contract, the full contract. And anybody who needs a copy can send me an email to Trevs, TREVSDOM, as in Dom, DOM, at gmail.com, and I will forward them a copy of the contract. So it's real. The government has hired a crisis management firm. All right, they deal with PR work for government. All right, so when a government is in serious trouble.
But you have no doubt that they only hired that firm because they are in crisis.
Of course, they're in serious problem. And the contract is to deal with crisis management and government relations. So of course you could see government relations would mean that they're trying to sort out the correspondent banking issues, and the crisis management is to deal with the what has been happening with the diplomatic passport recently. So they're trying to cover it up, but of course that cannot work with the people of Dominica.
Have you seen similar? And
the contract was signed by Same Ferrol.
But have you seen governments in the region engage in such contracts?
I've seen that in Trinidad. You have that every year they would renew contracts with but these contracts are more lobbyist contracts. So you hire people to lobby the government of the United States. So for example, Trump is new in government, so they've hired a company in the U.S. to lobby the government, Trump's government, on their behalf. But it has nothing to do with crisis management. This is more lobbying work. To go to Donald Trump and say, hey, I need you to talk to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. So these people assist in facilitating that conversation. But it has nothing to do with you don't hear that in Trinidad. In fact, when there are major crises like in Trinidad, most times the government falls or they have voted out. You realize Manning changed the landscape of Port of Spain. But people thought that he wasn't listening to them. They got rid of him. They voted him out. Landslide victory for the opposition. And then the new government came into office. They were doing the same thing again.
But won't you admit, though, that the dynamics in Dominica may be a little different? Maybe Dominicans think differently.
Of course they think differently. I don't know. Something is wrong with my people. I mean, we were raised in Point Michel, and both of us, for playing football all the time, and we have to educate ourselves, and we are educated now, and we're trying to educate the younger ones to understand what is happening. And the people who encourage us to go out and educate ourselves, they are the ones who are not even listening to you, myself, Dale, all the people they send out to. Dale and myself won't be fighting for the people of Dominica for no reason, because we don't like Skerrit. It cannot be that. All you send us out there to educate ourselves.
But some people might think that you have something personal against Roosevelt Skerrit.
No, nothing. In fact, Skerrit calls me sometimes, he texts me sometimes, he emails me sometimes. If I am in Dominica, all these government officials, they come to me, they say hello to me. They say, oh, Trevor boy, stop giving us trouble, now boy. All of them know I don't hate anybody. I don't hate them, man. I just want good governance in my country. That's all I want. That's all I want. If Dominica is Irie and Skerrit is the Prime Minister, I'm happy, and I'm happy for him. You know what I mean?
This is nothing personal from Trevor Johnson in Trinidad.
No, nothing personal. Nothing personal.
You're just looking for betterment for your country.
Of course, you know what I'm Dominica. I drive all around Dominica alone because people know me. They love me. People know what I'm doing. They may not agree with me attacking the government, but they come to me and they say hello. They offer me drinks. They invite me to their home. Even Clarence Christian always beg me come and see him. Let's lime, and I lime with everybody because they know that what I'm doing is not because I hate anybody. It's because I love Dominica. You know?
All right, Trevor. Well, let's stay on top of the stories, and we'll be talking to you very soon. Thank you very much.
Okay,
of course, we heard the Prime Minister has announced that he plans to visit a number of countries around the world to reassure potential stakeholders of the CIP program because of what he said is criticism by the opposition United Workers' Party. The Prime Minister made the announcement while addressing a town hall meeting last night. He said, quote, "As you know, bad news travels further than good news, and we now have to spend monies to do damage control." That's part of the hiring, I imagine, of this international firm. So we have to do damage control that Lennox Linton and the Workers' Party has caused. And I have to embark very soon on a number of visits across the world. Are you listening to this? To meet with the stakeholders who are involved in the CBI program to reassure them of the government's program. Skerrit said there was a calculated attack on the CBI's program by the UWP leadership, which financed by external people or people external to Dominica, who do not have any interest in Dominica or in Marigot or anywhere else in the world, who are seeking to destroy the country and destroy the CBI. So very soon, we'll see the Prime Minister going out on trips across the world to, as he said, fix that problem. Talk to me in the afternoon. We're taking your phone calls.
Yes, good afternoon, Matthias Peltier Jr. How are you?
I am doing okay.
And good evening to your listening public.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, this morning I listened to the Prime Minister talking about when they're fighting and talk regarding to negotiations. Matt, I would like Roosevelt Skerrit to know that as a former union member who has done many negotiations, the union and its members do not fight with employers. They negotiate. They have discussions on conditions of the employees' condition of employment and their living standards. We don't fight. It is the Labour Party that is always in fighting mood to fight with everybody. Secondly, he talks about process, and you go to whatever commission they appoint and going to court. Matt, I would say, you see, the problem is Skerrit is asking all the citizens, they must follow the law. But this lawless government does not abide by the law. And then you have a judicial system that is not sympathetic to employees, Matt. Matt, do you know that for about 13 or 14 years now, there is a case with WAU that is in mediation? Matt, do you know that all the government wants to do is they have their friends they put on these mediation boards. They have their friends in some of the departments that decide what they're going to do. And what they do is the workers are suffering. I would hope that the Public Service Union does not entertain any idea of going to any mediation. The government either give them their money, and this delaying tactics, the union members must get more aggressive. You have been waiting too long. The cost of living is not waiting on you. Mr. Skerrit is not waiting for him to travel out and go to the have expensive meals. His $2.4 million house in Vegas, his $7 million house in Long Island. He doesn't wait to get those things. Why is it that the workers must be at the mercy of Skerrit and the courts? You notice they will prosecute some guy who steal a packet of Crick's biscuit within a week. Employees are waiting for the salaries they have worked for years. Look at the public works employees. Look at the young man at the airport the other day. All these people, they're going to mediation. Workers, people of Dominica, let us cut this mediation out. The courts and the government is not in your favor. Whatever laws they have, it is not in your favor. There's a time we call civil disobedience. If the laws are not facilitating your problems, we have to disobey them. That is all for them for today.
Thank you very much. It's 1:43 in the afternoon. This is Talk on the Block. The telephone lines are now open, as usual, to accommodate your phone calls. Talk to me.
Mr. Peltier.
Yes, sir.
Blessings to you, my brother.
Blessings to you, sir.
We are living in a different age. There are no more emails and computers and all this technology, telephones. All of that just go back in the Stone Age, Matt.
Why would you say that?
No, but Matt, look at the brother is going to travel all over the world, extensive traveling to do damage control.
And the government also has just hired a public relations firm to do more damage control.
So why can't they do it out there? Why he? The brother is an original gloater. He loves to see people suffer. He takes pleasure to see people at a disadvantage. And very inconsiderate, abusive, rude and ruthless and brutal. And he's smiling at his victims while he's being of that characteristics, of those characteristics, Matt. And it is sad to see nurses, teachers, police officers, firemen, and all of them, Matt, the public servants, Matt, to see the hell, Matt, you know I go through my hell lately there. And I watch nurses on Alford Ward in the health center, St. Joe, and to see how they have been deprived, Matt, and to see these people have to be working. I was on Alford Ward, and nurse, Matt, from 6 to 6 is just nurses removing the uniform, putting the little night thing on them. Matt, they have to be the dragging coming, nurse. And you mean to tell me that man haven't got money to give them a raise, but now you want to travel the world for damage control after you paying a firm that amount of money, Matt?
30,000 US a month.
How much again?
30,000 US a month.
My God. And Thomas later is, I can't hold you responsible. Those teachers and nurses and police and whoever fire service, well, put all your foot down and show them people. Or you're not slaves in the modern times there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're taking more phone calls. Hello.
Hey, Matt, good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful, Matt. Matt, I heard the Prime Minister talking about this thing about card. So he talked about some...
Oh, you mean the electronic card for voting?
For voting, biometric, whatever else. Matt, what the people of Dominica have been asking for, it's not about just a card. We have been asking for electoral reform, which would start with sanitizing, cleaning the voters list so that we don't have a situation where we have more people on the voters list than we have people in Dominica. This is the key. But this thing about a card, a voter's ID card, this is just part of the process. This package, this electoral reform is to include this card. But I'm hearing the Prime Minister going on and on about some crazy card and saying nothing about the process, the electoral reform process. Let us not forget that just about the time of the election, 2 years ago, whatever else, we heard these people said that they had these cards in place and they started with teachers or whatever, public servants and whoever else. And you mean today you're going to come and tell me as a sensible person that, oh, I am introducing some biometrically designed card and whatever else. Mr. Prime Minister, this is total foolishness. We are not, what I call them, kunumunus. We are not stupid. Go ahead and reform the electoral process so that we can have free and fair election in this country. That's the only thing we're asking for, so that you don't continue to steal elections. And at the end of the day, when all is said and done, my brothers, I end, really and truly, Mr. Prime Minister, you don't deserve to be talking all this foolishness. You just need to get out of the way, you and this entire regime that is much less than what I would say good. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you very much. Bernard Frampton, I've been sent a note there from our Facebook page asking the question, is it really true that the government of Dominica has hired a crisis management firm paying it some $30,000 US? Well, that's what I saw in that contract. So Bernard, sometime you must give me a call. We'll have a little chit-chat. Bernard Frampton is a media expert, my former boss at Kyrie FM. Didn't stay there too long, but of course, we remember you and your professional ways there. I was the program director, news director at Kyrie, and he was the manager. So, Bernard, somewhere in Jamaica, I think you are right now at the media school in Jamaica. You maybe, want to give me a call or send me your contact so we could have a conversation about some of the things happening in the media and in Dominica as well. So send me your contact information, Bernard. I know you always listen. Talk to me.
Martin Espelte, good afternoon.
To you, hello.
And your listeners.
Yes.
Martin Espelte, in continuation of your last callers. Matt, we are asking Roosevelt Skerrit and this administration in a very peaceful way, Matt. We need electoral reform before the next election that is due in Dominica. Matt, we have been asking for that pretty close to 10 years now. We have seen that script already, as I said yesterday. We know the end of that script, Matt. And Dominican, I as a Dominican, I am not prepared to go down that road with this rogue regime again, basically to rig the election right in our faces, Matt. Matt, I am sounding the alarm to this government. Without electoral reform, they will have to report to the people of Dominica as it relates to the constant protestation that will be on the streets in Dominica, Matt. Matt, we must draw attention onto ourselves in that country in order that this government see the need. We're asking them to go, but you know they will not go like that. So we're asking them, before you go, and if you think you're calling another election in Dominica without electoral reform, my brother, Mr. Skerrit, your rogue government, your upholders, your handlers, you all have something coming for you. We will not stand by and see another election in Dominica without electoral reform, Matt. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks for the opportunity. It's 9 minutes to 2 o'clock. I leave at 2. I just want to inform you that I will be away for a few days. I'm going to try again. And of course, Thompson Fountain will be holding on next week. Hello, talk to me.
Matt Peltier, good day. How are you?
How are you, sir?
Okay, Matt, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your 10 years at Q95.
Thank you, sir.
And I give you 60 over 100 for your performance, and that's a lot. My reason for giving you only 60, Matt, it would be very difficult for me to be a professional journalist, because I'm the kind of man.
I know where you're going.
I cannot bypass a lie. If I'm reading news and the news is a lie, when I finish reading the news, I'll say, and that is a lie, and then I'll move on.
That's not being a journalist, is it?
So, in regard to that, what you just mentioned about the leader of the country, the Labour leader, I call him, because I don't say Dominica have a prime minister, going away to do damage control. What kind of damage control he's going to do? The damage done by the United Workers' Party?
That's what he claims, yes.
Was it the United Workers' Party that have been selling diplomatic passports that caused the CBS program on the 1st of January? That so is the person, is the whistleblower and not the criminal, that's the criminal then. You know, I've said already, this thing we have calling our government in Dominica, they cannot fix nothing, not a full house, not a dog house. And every day they stay in power, the country gets worse. It is impossible for us to have one better day in Dominica under that organization we're calling a government there. This set of criminals we're calling government. They can't fix nothing. Dominica will only go down. It can't even stop. It's just going to go down, down, down until we get rid of those fellas and let the country have a legitimate government. It could be the Freedom Party. It could be another party. It could even be some members of the present government who have a little more trustworthiness. But what we have there, that's not a government as far as I'm concerned. That's not a government. Dominica don't have prime minister. And that is just wasting our life. And go in and travel, go and travel and damage and control damage, while you have another company you're paying $30,000 to do damage control. So why couldn't you have just go travel and go and do damage control? Use that same $30,000. That is just wasting the country money, wasting the country time, and we're taking that.
Well, I don't know how long you're going to keep taking that. The Opposition United Workers' Party, and being told that, of course, you must have heard by now, planning a major protest sometime on the March 30th from Pottersville, Savannah, marching through the streets of Roseville. I'm sure you'll hear a lot more in the next few days. Hello, talk to me.
Matt, how are you doing?
All right, my brother.
I heard some nice things this morning. No election without electoral reform, and I hope they mean it. I hope they're not just saying it, because Matt, that position should have been taken since after 2005 election. But we went into 2009, we get the 18-3, which was a total blowout as a result of the the corruption during the election,
right,
and all of that. Then we went back again. We try our best to fight it, and we fight that thing in 2014. We still came close to winning, So you can imagine what the youth of Willoughby can do in a fair election. Any fair election in Dominica, Labour Party losing bigly. Any fair election in Dominica, and they know that, anytime you re-register everybody living and eligible to vote in Dominica right now, and you issue ID cards, Labour Party probably will just get Grande, Portsmouth, Cottage, them places where those people will vote a foul if you put a shoe next to it. That is all they will get. It will be a total blowout. No election without reform. I like to hear it.
All right, caller, thank you very much. 155, well, will it happen? I guess we'll have to wait and see if the opposition is very serious about this. Hello.
Matt, something different.
Uh-huh.
I would like to tell Mr. Tony Astafan just to leave Dr. Thompson alone and Donny Luge. At least they are trying to help the poor people in Dominica. What has he done? And what has the Prime Minister done for the poor people? Selling their own food, that is a way of helping themselves. What have they done? Leave the people alone and shut up. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, let's take our final phone call, or can we take two more? Hello. 4493095. We're connecting with the diaspora line. What's going on there? Dominica, let's see if we can take one final phone call. Hello.
Yes, Matt.
Yeah, speaking.
Congratulate you on your, on whatever,
Mm-hmm.
10 years in your...
10 years on Q.
Yeah. You get me award, man. You get an award for that, brother, man. Just take it easy. Just, be a little patient. You get an award for that. Yeah, you're doing a good job. Yeah. All right?
Oh, thank you. All right. It's a 1:56 in the afternoon. Hello.
Yes, Matt, quickly.
Uh-huh.
Matt, we heard Austri said that the ECCB governor, Mr. Timothy Antoine, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that the man said do not pay salaries with the CBI money. I would like to know, what are you paying when you employ people under the NEP? Because the NEP is a form of employment. They say...
It's salary too.
Thank you very much. And they take that money to pay. Now, when a minister can come and tell you,